All right, so today we are going to be talking about keywords. We're going to be talking about where to find them, how to build the list, and most importantly, we're going to be talking about high intent keywords because these are the keywords that you want to be using in your Google Ads campaigns to actually get leads and get results. So if you're new here, my name is Chris. I cover all things Google Ads and local lead generation. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that kind of good stuff. And let's just kind of hop right in and get into building keyword lists. All right, so I've hopped over to my demo account for this just to kind of show you where to find everything, how to build that list. So the first thing we want to do is go into the keyword planner within Google Ads. So to get there from your homepage here, you can just go over to Tools. Underneath Planning right here, you can just hit that drop down, hit Keyword Planner, and you should see something that looks like this. Just hit Discover New Keywords. And we want to just drop in some different keyword ideas here. And obviously, whatever's more relevant to you, drop this in here for your industry. For this particular example, I'm going to do something like tree services, and I'll put those in, and then we will see the kind of keywords that we get. All right, so with this example, I just went with some high-level keywords. Just got tree services near me, tree service company, tree services Seattle. You don't need to drop all of your keywords in here. The idea is just to put some ideas. And I just try to guide Google a little bit and say, these are the types of things that I'm looking for. And then once you've got those in there, just hit Get Results. And you should see a page that looks something like this. So on this page, you're gonna get a bunch of different ideas. The first thing I usually do is I come up here to this little location setting, and then I type in kind of the rough area that I'm looking to get traffic from. So in this case, I'll just put in Seattle. And what I usually do is, I'm not usually going to go in and pick like individual zip codes because you can only target 10 different locations with this system. So I just try to hit a wider area. If you're a company that, serviced all of King County, for example, that's the entire county out here, you can add that in as well. Really, the whole idea here is to get rough ideas of keywords. You can find negative keywords, all that kind of stuff, but we'll just hit save for now for that. And you can see a bunch of different keyword ideas right here. I'm just going to sort this by average monthly searches. And really what we want to do with this list is we want to start pulling out what are called high intent keywords. Now, a high intent keyword is essentially a keyword that indicates that somebody is closer to a buying decision. It's a lot more specific. There's a lot more buyer intent behind that keyword. And we want to focus on those keywords more than just kind of broad keywords or like informational types of keywords. So everything you're seeing up here is a really good start. Things like tree trimming near me, tree trimming service near me, tree pruning near me. These are all really, really good keywords. And as we go through this list, I'm going to try to pull out some things that I would avoid bidding on. So really everything we're seeing so far is a great option. And one thing you can kind of test out, this is one of those things that I would probably throw into a campaign to see how it works. You just have tree services right here. This could be good, I think. The only thing with this is if you put this in as just like a phrase match keyword, sometimes you could end up with a situation where you're showing up for a really, really wide range of stuff that you don't want to be showing up for. So as I've talked about in other videos, you really want to make sure you have a negative keyword list built. But as we keep going, we're going to start seeing some stuff that we want to show up for and things that we don't want to show up for. Really, the whole idea with this is you want to make sure that you are pulling out that high intent stuff like this, Seattle, Washington tree service, Seattle, Washington. And another thing you're going to see as we go through this is really where negative keyword lists come in. You're going to start seeing stuff you don't want to show up for. So lawn service, you can add that to your negative keyword list. We don't want to be bidding on that. We want to make sure we're only pulling the important stuff like tree removal Seattle. So this is one of the first things that I do to start building that keyword list. And like I said, we want to go through, we only want to pull these high intent keywords, and I would avoid things like this. So just a really wide, just sort of tree pruning. It's not specific enough. You could get leads from this that are good, but it's ideal to go with those higher intent things because that is more likely to have somebody who is looking to hire a company for tree services. And what you want to do, I'm not going to bore you by going through this entire list, but you're going to keep going through this list. You're going to start pulling those ideas out and you're going to start batching them into different ad groups. So you would have one ad group for tree removal. You'd have another ad group for pruning. You'd have another ad group for tree cutting. You'd have another ad group for just like generic tree services. And you can kind of keep going down the list and finding a bunch of different ad groups, one for stump grinding, one for tree trimming, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to want to go through here, pull out all of those different high intent keywords, group them in your ad groups, and that's one of the first ways you're going to go through and find keywords for your campaign that should be more likely to convert. Now, another way you can find keyword suggestions is actually directly from Google. When you are in an ad group like this, you're looking at your keywords, you can actually hit this little blue plus sign to add keywords to an ad group or to the campaign. You hit that blue plus sign and you're going to see all of these different keyword ideas that are suggested by Google. And in a lot of the campaigns, I was trying to find good examples of this on an ad group level. The reality is that a lot of these campaigns already have these keywords in there, but in your situation, you might be able to go through this list and then find more keywords that you can actually pull from these lists, either group them into new ad groups, add them into the existing ad group you're looking in. But these lists tend to have other pretty solid high intent keywords that you might have not seen on that Google Keyword Planner. So if we go through these, a lot of these are pretty solid. Some of these are, maybe not as relevant to what this particular client offers. So if you were a window tinter and you do residential house window tinting near me, that's a great keyword. Those jobs are going to be higher paying, less traffic, but higher paying. You have glass tinting near me, best tint shop near me, home window tint near me. So again, another residential ad group, tint service near me. So this is another great way to find more keyword ideas you can use to expand that keyword list and then add them into your campaign, into those relevant ad groups. One thing that is really important, if you just kind of add these in here like this, you want to make sure that you are wrapping these in either phrase match or exact match types. If you just drop these in as is, this is a broad match keyword, and that is probably going to show your ad for a wide range of stuff that you probably do not want to be showing up for. So it's really important that you make sure before you drop these into your campaign that you are wrapping them in either phrase match or exact match. I have plenty of other videos going over that, but just make sure they are wrapped before they go into the campaign. So that's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to cover really quickly how to find those keywords, how to find high intent keywords, and the kind of things you want to look out for with all that sort of stuff. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you did get any value out of it, would really appreciate a like and subscribe. If there's anything else you want to see, just drop it in the comments below. And if you are a business owner and you're looking to actually set up, build, and get a campaign managed and optimized, there's a link in the description below to sign up for a consultation. I can review it, check it out, see if I can help you. And if I can, I will let you know. But that is pretty much it for this video. Like I said, hope you got some value out of it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks.